There was one lady, she wanted to have a divorce. I said, why? Because he goes to work all the time and he's not there and this and that. But I said, if you divorce, then you will never be with him. So why do you want to have a divorce? At least, at least he gives you some time. But if you divorce, then he'll never be with you. So why do you ask for divorce? I can't understand the logic. I mean, women should not be brainless, isn't it? To say such a thing. If you want to divorce your husband for this, it's absurd. Now, for men it is important that they should give some time, pay some attention, and get some things that they like. Now I'll give you again my own example. My husband never brought any flowers for me. You all bring flowers for me. But he never brought any flowers for me, whether it was birthday or anything. Then I realized that this man has no sense of flowers. He doesn't know what is a rose or what is any other flower. And he might bring something which is horrible, Maybe cactus he might bring. It's better he doesn't bring anything, because that would be insulting, isn't it? And then one day he admitted, I don't know about flowers. Now will you tell me, except for roses, I don't know anything. And you will be amazed, even roses he misses out. So with such an ignorance of things, if your husband doesn't do, it shows consideration. But men should try to know what a woman likes, what she wants. Moreover, men have their own style of thinking. Now, to give my own example again, better is, he buys always very expensive things. So I've told him, don't buy anything for me. So, you don't like? No, I like it, but too much of these too expensive things, why should you buy? So he's very fond of buying this kind of sweaters from that Scotch house. Very expensive. They are 250 pounds each, I don't know how many I have. How many in black? How many? I told him I'll get it from Switzerland. They are much cheaper there and all that. Then another is he wants to buy a Kashmir coat for me, always. I must be having at least 10 of them hanging. But he likes to give that only, all right. So I'm passing out them to my daughters, granddaughters and all that. So what to do now? You see, men, he doesn't mean anything bad, but because he doesn't know. First thing he did was when in India, before going to the puja, he went to buy a sari for me. One of my nephews went to him. So he says, give me the most expensive sari that you have. So these people thought somebody has come now. The shopkeepers could understand this gentleman doesn't know anything else. So they brought out a sari, said, this is the most expensive. The price is 45,000 rupees in those days. All right, you give me. I have a card, will you take the card? Yes, we'll take the card. He bought a sari. It is so heavy that it was something, Bakhtar ko kya kehte hain अंग्रेजी? Bakhtar pehante hain na? That, what do you call that arm? You wear, very heavy. I said, now what? He said, you must wear for the puja. I was walking like a giant, That's a description of your mother is Ati Saumya Ati Raudra. She is extremely soft and extremely terrible. But I don't know, with that sari, how I sat. I sat in one place, glued down into that. Now to get up, I didn't know how to get up with that weight on my body. See? And Then I brought it and put it properly in a box and this. So he said, when are you wearing that next? Now I said, please, I've kept it nicely for one wedding, I'll wear sometime. I promised him and kept it there. Because he doesn't understand about saris. I know he doesn't understand about saris. So if he doesn't understand, whatever he buys, I say all right. And he spent so much money on those things, 45,000 rupees worth of sari, upar se niche tak kitni bhari sari. So he doesn't understand what is real, what is unreal, nothing. Doesn't matter. You have to just see his heart, how he is giving. With what love he is giving. He doesn't understand. So what can you do, poor man, I always buy suit lengths for him or suits for him. I always, myself. Once he said, all right, I'm going to buy this time. I said, better buy. He bought such a horrible one. And he went to the office. And everybody says, sir, this is not your taste. So he threw it away. He said, I will never buy now again. You better go and buy for me. See, but the trouble is, if women take interest and know what sort of color he will like and this and that. And also public opinion is very important for men. First, what the public says. Like once I painted my drawing room with a very nice color, pink and black mixed, very nice, because it's a sign of warmth. He said, what is this color you have put it in? You should have done this and that. He started shouting. I said, all right, tomorrow we are having a party. After that I'll change. Next day people came in, they said, oh, what a color. What a color. How have you made this color? How did... He started looking at me. I said, should I remove it? No, 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 no. It's very nice. Men care for public opinion very much. And you should see that you create a good public opinion in his presence so that he'll appreciate you. All these are tricks. See, I tell you, men are very simple. But you have to understand. Sometimes they get angry, it doesn't matter. Actually, if they are angry with somebody else, they will come and put it on you. It's better. Because if they do anything to others, they'll beat them. You are not going to beat. If you understand few things about men, it can work out. Of course, some are very miserable husbands, I know, and some miserable wives. For them, we have divorce allowed in our Sahaja, we have divorce for them. So, that is the thing I wanted to tell you, that you should make a very good housewife, a very good Graha Lakshmi.